What's happening, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. And if you're a day one Rich supporter, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I'll definitely be sure to get back to you with a response. So as you can see from the looks of the thumbnail, title, and video, bro, today, man, I put together a very unique point guard build, and this one's actually going to come out to the 3 and D point. Now, I like this one because we get the comparisons of Jrue Holiday, and what's even better about this one today is that I think this one is going to be a real counter to pretty much any build that's a point guard 6'4" and under, bro. Especially for those speedy 5'9s, like this is a real, defensive point guard that can pretty much still carry that #1 position. So with this one, we do have the potential to get a 99 plus when it comes towards the three-pointer, steal, and strength. So that really says a lot about this build, and that really depends on which boost you're buying in your takeovers. But on top of that, bro, we do get those pro dribble animations, upgraded layup, and dunk packages. So I made this build to, be a little bit different from what you are seeing. A lot of people are just upgrading their playmaking crazy high, same thing for the shooting attributes and finishing, but nothing really towards the defense or physical. So for this build today, I wanted to be sure to cover, all 5 areas on the build. So before we move any further, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now from here, man, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. So I'm actually going to go ahead and leave this one under the point guard position. When it comes towards that height, let's go 2 ticks up to 6'5". And then once we get to that weight, I'm going to put this all the way up to 230. Now, as far as when it comes towards that wingspan, the max that you can go with to, for certain badges and animation requirements, you want to go with 6'11". Now, I'll be sure to explain everything once I get this build maxed out completely, but let's go ahead and move forward. So the first area that I think is going to be most important to get into is going to be these physicals. So as far as when it comes towards the actual vertical, put this all the way up to a 72. Now, for that strength, this is what is very unique. I'm going to go all the way up to a 91 now. I know a lot of people aren't going to go with this high of a number put towards their strength, and that's exactly why I'm doing it, bro. Like, I've used my strength on my center. Even big men really don't put too much into their strength, bro. So I can only imagine the guards. This is going to allow you to pretty much be a bully, not only on the offensive side, but the defense, you're a menace, bro. So when it comes towards that agility, let's go ahead and put this all the way up to a 76. And then for that actual speed, let's go with a 73. So essentially, this is what we're going to be looking like on this side of the ball. And, this build is truly complete from top to bottom. Now, once we go ahead and get into the finishing, bro, this is the first area that I want to start with. So for the driving layup, we're going to go up to an 80. Once we get into that driving dunk, I'm going to go with an 80 here as well. And right there already, we do unlock the best layup styles and packages. Same thing for the driving dunk packages. And if you want to, bro, there are different adjustments that you can make, but I truly think that this is going to be the best way that you can go about today's build for the finishing side. So as far as when it comes towards the actual post control, I'm going to leave this as is. And then for the actual three-pointer, man, in the mid-range, this is something that you really want to pay attention to. So for wingspan purposes, this is exactly why I went with 6'11". So you're able to get an 89 when it comes towards that three-pointer. So what that means is that we're able to get silver limitless range, bro. Especially with being a lockdown point guard, I think that makes it all the better. Now, when it comes towards the actual free throw, let's go with an 80, and this makes it an even better 5s and rec build. So, pretty special. Once we look at the offensive side, if you wanted to make any type of changes and adjustments to get more out of any certain area, feel free to do so. But I think these numbers are going to be essential to, pretty much be able to compete in any game mode. Now, for the playmaking, let's go ahead and put that pass accuracy up to a 65. So we did take a minor hit on this area, and you're going to see exactly why once we complete this build. So for the ball handle, I'm going to put this all the way up to an 86. For that speed with ball, let's go with a 75. And for this area, we do get those pro dribble animations, which I think it's a W. On top of that, when it comes towards the defensive end, bro, this is what's going to make the build complete. So as you want to go ahead and put that interior defense all the way up to an 82. A lot of point guards aren't going to have this high of an interior defense, so if you do go up against a post scorer, bro, we do get silver post lockdown in our favor. So once we get into that perimeter end, I'm going to put this all the way up to an 85 now. What I've experienced from having at least a 60 to 65 perimeter defense on my big man, if you're pressing above the 3-point line, meaning you're on ball and you're just smothering your opponent, bro, that's going to allow you to get a lot of pickups, bump steals, bumps in general, bro. So with an 85 on the perimeter defense, that's going to be perfect to, when you're going up against post scorers, all you need to do is press them up against the 3-point line, and they're not going to be able to get past you, bro, and the shot clock is going to run out before you know it. Now, as far as when it comes towards that steal, I'm going to put this all the way up to a 94. And then when it comes towards the actual rebounding, this is really optional now. For that defensive, I'm going to go up to a 70. As far as when it comes towards the actual offensive, I'm going to put this up to a 38. And, essentially, for this build, bro, there's one minor area that, I feel like isn't paid attention to enough on guards, and that's going to be the block. So make sure you go all the way up to a 68. And this is pretty much what we're going to be looking like on today's build. So as you can see, we have a few remaining attributes, and this is where I want to leave you some options to work with. So what I personally think is going to be best is to put it in towards that close shot. As you can see, if you max it out, we do get Paint Prodigy. So let's go ahead and start with these finishing badges. So we get Silver Float Game. On top of that, you get Bronze Paint Prodigy. Now once we get into the actual driving layup, you get Silver Physical Finisher, Float Game, Bronze Layup Mixer, and Gold Aerial Wizard. Now for that driving dunk, you get Bronze Posterizer, and then for the post control, you get Silver Unpluckable. Now for the finishing side, bro, remember, you do have the potential to possibly get contact dunks on this build if you're looking to grind out 10 cap breakers. Now if not, bro, this build is still pretty solid, especially with this kind of build rare name. Now as far as when it comes towards the actual shooting, you get pretty much most of the jump shots that are really going to be effective and some of the better ones in the game. So for these badges, you get Silver Deadeye, Limitless Range, my favorite, Gold Set Shot Specialist is going to be key, and then we get Silver Shifty Shooter. Now you also get an 80 free throw, which will allow you to pretty much take this build into any game mode. And then for the actual passing, we get some of those upgraded passing styles. You get Break Starter still with Dimer. And then as far as for the ball handle, we do get those pro dribble animations. Now we get Silver Ankle Assassin, handles for days, Unpluckable here as well with Hall of Fame strong handle. Now for that speed with ball, we also do get Lightning Launch, and personally, bro, I think this is going to be a really great build to work with. Now for that defensive end, we get Silver Post Lockdown when going up against those post scores. You also get Gold Off Ball Pass. Now for the perimeter end, you get Silver Challenger, On Ball Menace, Pick Dodger, Gold Immovable Enforcer is going to be key. And then for the actual steal, bro, look, Gold Glove, Hall of Fame Interceptor, and if you add just 5 cap breakers towards this area, bro, we do have the potential to get Legend Interceptor as well as possibly even Glove. So just something to think about to go after that 99 steal. If you already have your 5 cap breakers unlocked, let me know what you think about this build so far down below. Now right here we get Bronze Pipeline Denier for the block, and then for that rebounding, we get Silver Box Out Beast with Bronze Rebound Chaser. So all around, bro, I think this is a really solid build. Now it has everything and more that you could possibly want and ask for the animations, but the takeovers are really going to make this build even better. So look, bro, we get about 10 of them. We get Bully, Fortress, you also get Great Wall, Nuisance, and then also Pickpocket, Splash Tower, the Claw, 3&D, Spot Up Shooter, you also get Sniper, Pest, Smear, Gifted Hands, and Fluid Shooter. Now my favorite takeovers from this list is going to be, the +10 from Sniper. You also get Splash Tower, that's pretty special. But honestly, I gotta say, bro, Pickpocket is nice, but Great Wall, getting that +15 put towards your strength, bro, I've experienced it on a big man, and it's a huge game changer. Or you could even go ahead and put on the +15 put towards this 94 steal. Possibly get, like, with Boost, bro, and cap breakers, this build has the potential to possibly get like a 119 put towards that steal. Really take that into account, bro. If you add Boost towards this build, that's a +5 just by Boost. Now if you're adding your cap breakers, that's another +5. So essentially that's going to be about a 104. Now with this takeover being maxed out the Claw, that's a 119 put towards your steal, bro. Very nasty build. Now it really comes down to your own personal preference. I can say the same thing for Great Wall. Getting that +15 put towards a 91 strength, I think that would be a very nasty combination, man. So just something to think about and moving forward. And you know, if you made it to the very end, I just want to say thank every one of y'all for your support. I see you in the comments, man, and you know, I truly just want to get back with dropping these videos for y'all every single day and acknowledging you in any way possible. So just know that I appreciate y'all, the Rich family. I love you. Now let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made the build correctly. We should be able to get these 3 different comparisons, and I love the fact that Jrue Holiday is number 1. We also get Lonzo Ball, Nate McMillan, and together, bro, we have created at the 25th spot the 3 and D point. Now, I think this build is personally better from what we have seen in previous 2Ks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Is there anything that you potentially would change or do to make this build a little bit better? Now, I think it's truly a monster on the offensive side, and the defense is what's really special about today's build. So once again, man, thank you so much for your support. God bless every single one of you, man, and you know, thank the Lord above, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. You know, I got another video dropping for y'all tomorrow, so be sure to stay tuned. And once again, man, I just really cannot say enough how thankful and grateful I am for building the most positive and, you know, the best 2K community on YouTube, bro. Man, it wouldn't be possible without any of y'all. So I just need you to know that I truly appreciate each and every one of you. You know, God bless you, man, once again. And before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.